Hello, and how's everyone doing today? Welcome to the channel if you're new, and if you're a returning viewer, I am glad to have you back. And welcome to the very first episode of the new series, Resident Evil 4. I've been and I loosely say kinda excited to play this game. Now, I'll say it's a fun game, but I will say right forward that Resident Evil 4 is not my most favorite Resident Evil game in the series, but it's enjoyable and fun for what it is. Now, the one thing that I do miss is that you can see how the background is moving. Obviously, I've beaten it, a few times already. So on the GameCube version, the original version, you could move the stick left or right, and you could actually move the camera to the left or the right. And basically, so you can move the backdrop. But in this version, you can't do that. But, so hopefully you guys enjoyed my Resident Evil 3. If you didn't, I don't blame you, to be honest. But, if you did, I'm happy to hear that. So, without further ado, let's grab our drinks, grab our snacks, and let's play some
Resident Evil 4.
Now we're going to be using the normal costume.
1998. I'll never forget it. It was the year when those grisly murders occurred in the Arklay Mountains. Soon after, the news was out to the whole world, revealing that it was the fault of a secret viral experiment conducted by the international pharmaceutical enterprise, Umbrella. The virus broke out in a nearby mountain community, Raccoon City, and hit the peaceful little town with a devastating blow crippling its very foundation. Not taking any chances, the President of the United States ordered a contingency plan to sterilize Raccoon City. With the whole affair gone public, the United States government issued an indefinite suspension of business decree to Umbrella. Soon its stock prices crashed, and for all intents and purposes, Umbrella was finished. Six years have passed since that horrendous incident. I received special training via a secret organization working under the direct control of the president. I was to assume the responsibility of protecting the new president's family.
Cornel, why am I the one who always gets the short end of the stick?
You, who are you really? Come on and tell us. You are a long way from home, cowboy. You have my sympathies.
Guess that's a local's way of breaking the ice. Anyway, you know what this is all about. My assignment is to search for the president's missing daughter.
What? All by yourself?
I'm sure you boys didn't just tag along so we could sing Kumbaya together at some Boy Scout bonfire. Then again, maybe you did.
Oh, you crazy American. It's a direct order from the chief himself. I tell you, it's no picnic.
I'm counting on you guys. It was right before I was to take on my duties of protecting the president's daughter when she was abducted. That's the ultimate reason I'm in this lonely and rural part of Europe. According to our intelligence, there's reliable information about a sighting of a girl that looks very similar to the president's daughter. Apparently, she's being withheld by some unidentified group of people. Who would have thought that my first job would have been a rescue mission?
It's freezing. So cold all of a sudden. Must be my imagination. Sorry it took so long.
Just up ahead is the village.
I'll go and have a look around.
We'll stay and watch the car. Don't want to get any parking tickets.
Right. Parking tickets.
Good luck.
Jeez. Who are these guys?
Did you say something?
Leon, I hope you can hear me. I'm Ingrid Hunnigan. I'll be your support on this mission.
Loud and clear. Somehow I thought you'd be a little older. So the subject's name's Ashley Graham, right?
That's right. She's the daughter of the president. So try to behave yourself, okay?
Whoever this group is, they sure picked the wrong girl to kidnap.
I'll try to find some more information on my end as well.
Good. Talk to you later. Leon out.
Alrighty. So we got a bunch of information about Umbrella being destroyed and stuff, which is a pretty big departure because in the Resident Evil 3, I'm pretty sure even in the original one, she said that she was going to take down Umbrella, and then Resident Evil 4 comes out, and it's like, oops, Umbrella's gone. I probably will complain a lot about this game in the series. Just, you know, heads up so you guys know. I mean, it is obviously this game is a big game changer for the series, but yeah, I'll probably be honestly complaining, saying things I don't like, but I'm also going to say things that I do like as well. So anyway, let's just move on.
Excuse me. Sir? I was wondering if you might recognize a girl in this photograph?
¿Qué carajo estás haciendo aquí? ¡Lárgate, cabrón!
Sorry to have bothered you.
Freeze! I said freeze!
And he's not freezing. So the first thing you're going to notice is Leon now has super secret agent. Oh, he's dead already. Okay.
Shit.
Is everything okay?
There was a hostile local. I had no choice but to neutralize him. There are still others surrounding the area.
Get out of there and head toward the village. Take whatever measures necessary to save the subject.
Understood.
He is not a zombie. So Leon can do a bunch of stupid secret agent crap. This one he can kick people, suplex people, and here. Looks like they've killed a lot of people. I hope Ashley's okay. So yeah, he can do a lot of stupid secret agent moves because in this game he is a secret agent. He's working for the government now, and he works directly under the president. You guys will notice that when we get to Resident Evil 6. Another thing too, now the one thing that I do like about Resident Evil 4, and it was a big game changer for just games in general, not even Resident Evil, there is a hidden difficulty within the difficulty. So, even though I'm playing normal mode right now, the more I play, the longer I play the game, the farther I get, and say if I'm doing very, very well, there's a hidden difficulty, and it's basically like a difficulty scale that raises and decreases. So say if I'm doing very badly, it'll drop to an almost easy mode type of thing. And if I'm doing very good, normal mode will essentially become almost like professional. So, yeah. So I'll get into explaining the rest of that in a second. So this wolf here. So this is an optional thing. You can save him. If you do, which we are going to do, he helps you later on in a boss fight. There's a giant monster you have to fight, and he comes in and he distracts him, which is really nice. So like I was saying with the difficulty, so like I said, if you're doing very badly, essentially the difficulty will drop, and you'll be basically playing easy mode within standard mode. And if you're playing hard or professional, I'm used to saying hardcore from the new remakes, but if you're playing professional, right, the funny thing is it doesn't drop. So professional stays on hard, but the same thing, whereas say if you're doing very good on professional, the difficulty will spike even higher. And so as you can see here, guess there's no sex discrimination here. Better find her fast. She's got a nice, whatever you call it, thing in her face. I can't think of what it's called. But anyway, let's move on. So that's the one thing I do like about this game, is the hidden difficulty. Because it was very unheard of for the time when the game first came out in 2004. And this is on the GameCube. So it's very interesting. There's also, you know, a few different stages of Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4 has a very interesting history. For lots of you who don't know its background, Resident Evil 4 has actually gone through 2 to 3 different stages. Now, I know a lot of games do that, but this one's pretty interesting. So the original Resident Evil 4, I don't know too much about it. What I do know is, actually, I will explain all that in a second, because we have a couple cutscenes here. So we got Mr. Policeman there. And the interesting thing is, as you can see, they just do their daily, you know, regular village stuff. You know, if you don't bother them. So I'll admit there was a lot of interesting details that were put into this game. I am going to complain a lot about 4, like I said, but there's also, you know, some interesting things as well. That guy, you know, he's what do you call it? Moving the hay. Now, obviously, graphics of the time doesn't actually move the hay, but when he picks it up, you can actually see there's hay on it. If you follow this person here, she actually has water in the bucket, and she pours it in this thing here. Oh, sorry, the opposite. So she grabs it from here. There's actually water in the bucket. You can actually see it spilling out, which is pretty interesting. And she pours it into this one here, I'm pretty sure. So it's pretty cool, the details and stuff. So I am sorry, but I'm going to apologize right now for all the coughing. I do have a dry throat. I do have a drink beside me, but I try to keep it under control. So I will explain a bit more about the previous Resident Evil 4s when I'm done this area, because this part can get pretty difficult, especially that I'm doing a fresh new game, and things get pretty crazy. So what we're going to do is we're going to move the health down here. And ammo usually goes up in the top corner. Whoops. And anyone who's watched my previous Resident Evil videos know that I'm very picky. So let's just do this. So we're gonna kill all these guys first. There is a cutscene if you go into one of the houses. I'm not gonna do that just yet, because that'll make things a bit more difficult. I also tend to use the knife a lot as well to save ammo. And this is the very first game to add the yellow herb in as well, which is pretty cool. Out of here. Oof. And that's the thing, you can die pretty fast in this game. Oh, I didn't mean to skip that, sorry about that. Basically it just showed more enemies running down the hill. Nothing all that special really. Oh. Nice, alright. Oh jeez. Okay, so now we're gonna use some health. I'm not gonna use the first aid spray just yet. So now that I mix the yellow and the green, so the yellow herb actually extends your health bar up higher, so you have more health, which is really nice. We're gonna keep the first aid sprays for emergencies because we have other herbs and stuff. So we'll use that, and as you can see, it extended it up a tiny bit. Oh. Get out of here. Okay, so that guy is behind. Alright, so we're good. Get off me. Oh, see, that's one thing I don't get. How can Leon kick off their heads? Like, it's pretty funny, to be honest. I mean, I can understand in Resident Evil 1 and stuff, when you shoot the zombies and they hit the ground and they grab your leg and you stomp on their head. I mean, to me that makes, you know, more sense. But it's still laughable that Leon can literally, like, secret agent kick, you know, some person in the head and their head just comes off. Like, I don't know. It's just stupid funny. Stuff like that that I just literally laugh at. And recently there is some news that they're actually remaking Resident Evil 4. Okay, so let's go in this house here. This part actually takes a little while. It's one of the longer parts of the game. So if we don't get too far in the episode after this, I do apologize. But hopefully we can get it done. Get out of here. Now if I had a grenade, that'd be nice. And I do, but it's a fire one. That would be good enough, I think. And we're done. Nice.
La campana. Es hora de rezar. Tenemos que irnos. Lord Sattler.
Where's everyone going? Bingo?
And there you have it, Resident Evil 4. We beat the game. Actually, that'd be pretty funny.
Hunnigan, I have some bad news. I've confirmed the body of an officer. Something's happened to the people here.
No
Leon,
shit.
you need to get out of there. Look for a tower and follow the trail near it.
Got it.
I'd love to know how the hell she would know this shit. Like, I know they have like satellites and blah 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 and all that stuff, but like, I don't know, some of the stuff's just kind of laughable. Alright, so we're gonna grab some ammo here. So the reason we didn't come in this room, I mean I really should have, but So basically, you come in this room, and I don't know why I pushed that guy. I didn't need to. Anyway, so you come in this room during the fighting, and Chainsaw Guy makes his entrance. And it's the first Chainsaw Guy you ever see in the game. So we did miss out on that, unfortunately. I can probably show that cutscene before we end the episode, actually. Just so you guys don't miss out on anything. Because you guys know me. When I try and do a series, I try to do it as best as I can. And, you know, explore and, you know, read notes, all that stuff. It's a dirty bed here. It appears that the stains are a person's blood. Yummy. Alright. And we get more shotgun ammo. I can't wait till a little bit later on in the game. It's definitely not going to be in this episode, and it may not be in the second episode. Maybe in episode 3. When I get my favorite weapon in the entire game, which is actually a handgun. And that's the thing. I don't think it's the strongest weapon in the game. I mean, handgun-wise, to be honest. But it's very good. It's called the Red 9, which is actually, I think it's a Chinese pistol. It's actually called the Mauser 9. And yeah, it's one of my favorite handguns in the entire game. That one, actually no, just that one. And we got more shotgun ammo up here. Alright. So I think that's everything here. I think. Oh no, we got a treasure up there. So there's treasures in this game that you have to collect. Well, you don't have to. You could beat the game and not pick up any single one. But they do help you very much with money and, you know, stuff like that. So you can, actually that wasn't really a treasure. So you can buy things. Things get pretty expensive later on in the game. And it's better to just have a stockpile of money and, what do you call it? Just gems and stuff so you can sell them. And our first note comes right here, I think. No, hang on. Oh, no, right here. Alright, so let's read this. Alert order. Recently, there has been information that a United States government agent is here investigating the village. Do not let this American agent get in contact with the prisoner. For those of you not informed, the prisoner is being held in an old house beyond the farm. We will transfer the prisoner to a more secure location in the valley when we are ready. The prisoner is to stay there until further notice. Meanwhile, do not let the American agent near the prisoner. We do not know how the American government found out about our village, but we are investigating. However, I feel this intrusion at this particular time is not just a coincidence, as since a third party other than the United States government is involved here. My fellow men, stay alert. Chief Bators Mendez. We will find out who the third party is later on. Okay. So, there's a couple of things about this game that not very many people talk about, but I mean, it's gotten a bit better with these HD editions and remastered editions and stuff. So when this game first came out on the GameCube, this game was very broken. It still is to an extent, but nowhere near as bad as it was when it first came out all those years ago. So there's a bunch of places where you could actually get outside of the map and collect extra treasures, weapons, or not weapons, but extra treasures, ammo, and all that sort of stuff. I'll probably make a video for that, but unfortunately, I will probably have to do that either by recording my GameCube version or attempting to do it on an emulator. We'll see. I might do that after I'm done the series though, because I really don't want to ruin too much, to be honest. Because there's different places all over the game. They've patched the one in this area, which I'll show you guys in a few minutes. Just gonna collect some treasures here. There's also a section later on, which is pretty funny. It's not too far after this, or yeah, after this. I don't think, I can't really remember too much. Where you have to do a waterfall. I think it's just after or just before. Yeah, it's just a little bit before you find Ashley. And if you, because that one's a bit difficult to pull off. If you get out of the map, there's some waterfalls that you guys will see, and if you go under the waterfall, Leon's hair will change to Resident Evil Remake Chris's hair, which is pretty funny. I don't know if that's been patched out or not, because that one's pretty difficult, to be honest. But we'll see. Out of here. I know there's actually a trophy in Resident Evil 5, which is pretty funny because I did it, and I wasn't even trying to do it, and it just happened. As you can see there, I just shot that guy's thing out of the air. There's actually a... Wait, hold on. Did I get... Oh no, I didn't get them all. Sorry, I'm doing a bunch of things at once here. So there's a trophy in Resident Evil 5 where basically you... Instead of shooting... If they throw like a knife or they throw something at you, instead of shooting it, you actually knife block it. And it's pretty difficult to do, to be honest. But I did it, and I wasn't even planning on doing it, just one of those fluke things, and it was pretty funny. But anyway, let's read this. About the blue medallions. 15 blue medallions, 7 in the farm, 8 in the cemetery. For those of you who destroy 10 or more will be rewarded. The rest, you can't read it. Alright, so let's just check the map. Did we get... Oh, what's the map button? Because I'm doing this on the PS4. So I don't know what button the map button is. It's triangle. Cool. Okay, so we're missing one. And that one is... Oh, I know where that one is. Okay, this way. Let's... Yep, this one right here. Let's see if I can get it. And nice, we got it. Okay. Okay, so the first actual glitch, like I said, this one was patched. You can't do it in the PS3 and the PS4 one. But, so, there's a section here. Oh, that's another thing I want to say, too, about the HD edition. They did a pretty bad job porting it. So, if you look here, you can really see the seam lines of the textures. And it's just kind of terrible. But we're not going to dwell on that, because we don't want to ruin the experience. So... In the original Resident Evil 4 release on the GameCube, basically you could stand here, and as you can see here, right, the ground comes down, and there's a part that stops right there, right? So you could actually go a little bit over like this, go back a bit like that, and you could jump over. Now, in this one, it pushes you over. In the GameCube one, it wouldn't push you over, and you'd actually be clipping through this part of the ground, and you could actually go out and beyond. And out there, there is a bunch of stuff like treasures, ammo, and stuff whatnot. So you could shoot this, get this necklace here, right? Now, if I was playing the GameCube one, I could get that necklace, the clean one, do the glitch, go out, and I could have to get the dirty one, and you could. There's also a separate shotgun in the PS2 version that you can get outside of the map. Now, the funny thing is, you can look at it in the inventory, but the interesting thing is, if you try to equip it and use it, right, the game will actually crash. It'll go into a black screen, because that shotgun is for Ada's campaign, which we will do. when we're done this one. But yeah, so it's a different type of shotgun, and the way Ada holds it is different from the way that Leon holds his different shotguns. So the animation, there's no animation close or anything like that for Leon to use that shotgun. So when you equip it onto him and you leave the menu, instead of going back to the game will literally just go to a black screen because it doesn't know what to do. And they set up a lot of traps here, as you can see. And okay. Another thing too, which is neat, is there's bugs like spiders and stuff. And this guy's gonna try and get me. Get out of here. And the interesting thing is, they're not static. You can actually kill them, which is pretty cool. Alright, oh, another trap. Oh shit. Oh, I thought I was gonna die there, but I didn't. Alright, let's use the eggs here. As you can see, I don't use the shotgun until I need to. And there's a bunch of guys in here. They're gonna light it because they're friggin' dumb, and they're dead. We're gonna swap over here. And he's dead. Cool. So I'd say we're doing pretty good. So our first actual treasure is this, the red eye. Actually, oh crap, no, we missed a treasure. So, if we can go back, can we go back? Let's go back. We actually missed our very first treasure. This is actually the second treasure, and that first treasure is actually important because when you put the pieces in it, it becomes, you know, worth a lot of money. So we're gonna go back and get that really quick. Okay, so now that we're back at the village, or the farm here, so the thing that we missed is actually right over here. We drop down, and we go like this, and it's in this box here. Click on that, and you get the, open this up, beer stein. As you can see, there are 3 holes in it, and what you do is you actually take these cat eyes, whoops, and it even says that it has markings that it was in something and it was a rare gem. So these things are pretty, they have good money attached to them on their own, but it's even better when you put stuff in it. Now, there's a red one, a green one, and a yellow one. Okay, so let's go back to what we were doing now. Okay, so now we're back to where we were before. So let's go in the house now, because we already got everything else. Yeah, it's always best to get all the treasures that you can, because like I said earlier, things can get pretty expensive. Alright, so there's our first thing. So this is the very last, no, that's a lie. Well, sorry, this is the last game moving forward with the typewriter. I mean, obviously they're in Resident Evil Remake, Resident Evil 2 Remake, and in 3 Remake they're in them. But I mean moving forward, like Resident Evil 5 doesn't have typewriters, 6 doesn't have typewriters, and 7 has something similar, but it's not a typewriter. And that's what we need brought back. Even if it's out of place, you know, it doesn't really matter. It's a saving mechanic, and who cares, you know. I'd be all for that. Bring back the typewriters. Anyway, so let's just move on. And let's open this up. So I wonder who's banging this, or what is banging this. Let's just check it out.
Little rough, don't you think? You're not like them?
No. You?
So this is the guy they were talking about in the note that we read.
Okay, I have only one very important question. You got a smoke?
Got gum.
Got gum.
Perfect. The big cheese.
What?
So this is Vittoris Mendez. This guy is the village chief. And he doesn't screw around, as you can see. But without further ado, unfortunately, what I'm going to have to do, that made absolutely no sense, what I just said. But, whatever, doesn't matter. What we're going to do is we're going to leave this episode here. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I mean, who doesn't enjoy a little bit of Resident Evil 4 here and there? Let's save this on number 10. Pretty good, I'd say. So, without further ado,
Humans, let us give you
okay, we're just gonna skip all this and we'll watch it in the next episode. So, what we're gonna do is we're gonna leave this episode right here. And, yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did enjoy this episode, feel free to leave a like, a comment, and a subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next episode of Resident Evil 4.